All right, here we are, NAMM 2017. I can't believe we found this location, so if anybody else is here at NAMM and they're looking, it's upstairs, second floor, software center, and at the Traction booth. We're here with Taiho, and we're going to be talking about a new synthesizer that's getting some buzz on the internet from a new company. These guys are definitely not new to the business, but the company is new, and this, what we're going to look at, will be their first release officially, and the company's name is MOK, and the product is called WaveRazor. So, tell us a little bit about the project, what we've got going here, and how it all came about.
Well, I mean, it starts a long time ago. We've been, synthesizer aficionados for 20, 40 years in some cases. I started with synths when I was, a small child. And I was, fortunate enough to be able to find a job in this industry and start making synthesizers. I did synths for Alesis and for Yamada and Traction's Biotech. Traction, by the way, is presenting MOK at the show, as you know. We're super grateful for their support. Our first product, WaveRazor, it's a futuristic virtual synthesizer. It allows you to slice up waveforms and recombine them into new aggressive sounds. It's got a patent-pending oscillator design, 3 oscillators, 3 filters per voice, and an oscilloscope to allow you to dial in your waveform. And we should probably take a look.
Yeah, let's take a look.
All right.
Excellent.
You have the filter on the right-hand side. We have 2 new concepts for WaveRazor. When it slices up a waveform, you have fractions, different segments of a wave, and the transition points all offer an opportunity for sync. So we have a thing that we're calling multi-sync. If I enable sync here and then spread the waveform, can you hear what that sounds like?
Yes.
And it also allows you to do what we're calling mutant AM, or amplitude modulation. It's like, ring mod is basically one waveform modulating the amplitude of another waveform. And in the WaveRazor oscillator, since each step can have different frequency content, you're essentially modulating that frequency content on and off in a particular sequence. You can have up to 16 steps in a WaveRazor oscillator, and each step can have different content. So you're modulating, frequencies depending on that content that's in the step.
Okay.
And that sounds like. It also allows you to do interesting things with single oscillators that you don't always see. It's like superwave kind of things, only with a little bit more grit. Like with 16 steps, you can slightly detune each step and then get something that sounds like a swarm of oscillators, but it's only one oscillator. Wow. And those are the main points of WaveRazor. Let's take a look at some of the display modes. You can see here the oscillator waveform, and you can edit the pitch and volume per segment. So you select the segments in the outside ring, and then you can move them around, both pitch and volume and phase and DC.
Can we hear that?
I don't know if you can pick it out in this waveform because it's like 16 steps, so it'll be a very small change for that particular one. But I think maybe this one, actually that looks like one step. What is a good one? Let's do that. So select a step. I'm hoping you can hear that.
Now, how is the XY functioning here?
It's, I believe it is, that's volume on the Y.
Okay.
And it's through 0, so it changes phase going down.
Okay.
And then with pitch, it's on the x-axis. And right now it's set to go up an octave, but you can use shift keys on the keyboard to get a larger range.
Okay.
Because the pitch resolution is, it's quite wide.
So it can get finer or expand?
Right, yeah.
Okay. Okay.
The central oscilloscope area is for editing the waveforms.
Okay.
And you can also, select a different waveform itself. Like I just dropped in some noise in that segment. And so it'll just always focus on waves. Then you have a couple of controllers to the left and to the right. And right now I think I've set up filter on the right. And then I've set up, I believe it's either tuning or different wave shapes on the left.
So those are completely assignable?
Those are assignable.
Okay.
Now, to start off with, we're gonna, try and get as many presets in there as possible, different templates for people to use, because we don't have full editing at the initial release. We're releasing March 1st for an introductory price of $75. And once we get the editor in, which it should follow the month afterwards, the price will go up to $150. But anybody that buys WaveRazor initially will get that update for free.
Excellent. Yeah, I mean, this almost kind of looks like it also had the a tablet or some sort of touch interface in mind. Is there any thoughts in that direction? I know you maybe might not be part of your initial release, but maybe at some point releasing the version as is without all of the editing capabilities for a touch device?
That's a very astute observation. I can't exactly talk about it right now, but
Sure.
Yes, we've definitely looked at it.
Okay, excellent. Now, I know you said that this is the first application. We were talking a little bit before we started taping. Can you tell us a little bit about the company and you guys, and that you don't obviously tell us specifics or anything, but that you said that you do have a lot of things in mind, that MOK is going to be around and have some exciting things coming out over the next couple of years, besides from WaveRazor.
Yeah, I can't really talk about roadmap stuff, but we are industry veterans. We've assembled engineers from the Andromeda team. We all worked at Alesis together. We've done a lot of hardware synthesizers over the years. I think we're going to try and do our first hardware product this year as well.
That was going to be another question, so you answered that.
We'll start off probably pretty slow. So, I'm not going to. We're not going to release another Andromeda like right away. But we'll start this journey.
Those are very popular,
with some,
to get now. I mean, people, look for those on eBay all the time.
Yeah. I see the price going up.
It is going up, yeah. For a synth that's really not considerably that vintage, but it definitely has got quite a following, basically because of how fat and lush that synth sounds.
It had vintage roots, for sure.
I remember seeing it here at NAMM. I don't want to date myself too much, but I do remember seeing it at the Alesis booth when it first came out. So who are the for people in the audience, who are the other guys involved with you, Taiho?
It's Rob Rampley and Chris Compton.
Okay.
And Rob is we started off at Elisa's together in about '93, and he worked on the Quadrasynth, QS series, and Andromeda with me, and then he left to go to Line 6. And he was a software architect for them, doing DSP and applications for like Guitar Port, Pod Farm, and he did the pod that's in Guitar Hero that was in the PlayStation and Xbox. So he's got some pretty deep DSP roots. And now, we're back together, working on synths again, and it's going to be a lot of fun.
Awesome. Well, we wish you a lot of luck and look forward to seeing all of your exciting releases over the next few years. So all the best to you and enjoy the rest of the NAMM show.
Thank you so much.
Okay, that is it, 2017. We're at the Traction booth, and we're talking to Taiho, and he is with MOK.